A major shift has just occurred in the world of cryptocurrency, and it could change everything for XRP. A new bill introduced in Congress, the Loomis-Gillibrand Crypto Bill, also known as the Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act, has just dropped, and it could be the game-changer Ripple has been waiting for. What makes this bill so important for XRP? Well, the bill refers specifically to interoperable digital assets. And that, my friends, is where XRP fits in perfectly. For years, XRP has faced regulatory uncertainty. In fact, its future was called into question during the ongoing legal battle with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC. But this bill changes everything. The Loomis-Gillibrand Crypto Bill aims to provide regulatory clarity around digital assets, something Ripple has long sought. It's designed to clearly distinguish between various forms of digital assets like stablecoins, utility tokens, and security tokens, potentially placing XRP in a position to thrive under clear legal guidelines. One of the most critical elements of this bill is its focus on creating a legal framework for payment systems that utilize digital assets, especially those that offer efficiency and security. This framework aims to provide clear guidelines and regulations to ensure that digital currencies can be used safely and effectively in various financial transactions and interoperability. And here's the kicker. XRP is at the center of that. XRP's technology is designed to seamlessly integrate with existing financial systems, making it a versatile tool for modernizing payment infrastructures. Ripple's focus has always been on making global payments faster, cheaper, and more efficient. By leveraging XRP, Ripple aims to eliminate the traditional barriers that slow down international transactions, such as high fees and long processing times. XRP has already proven itself as a cross-border payment solution, being used by banks, financial institutions, and even governments to facilitate international transactions at a fraction of the cost and time required by traditional systems like SWIFT. This not only enhances the speed and efficiency of payments, but also opens up new possibilities for financial inclusion and economic growth on a global scale. This bill could be the tipping point that officially recognizes XRP as a legitimate, valuable asset in the global economy. For years, the cryptocurrency market has been in a state of flux, with various digital assets vying for recognition and legitimacy. XRP, developed by Ripple, has been one of the front-runners in this race. The Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act seeks to clarify the role of various digital assets in the payment space, providing a much-needed framework for their use and regulation. This act could be a game-changer for the industry, setting clear guidelines and standards, and Ripple's XRP could be one of the biggest winners of all. The potential for XRP to revolutionize the way we think about digital payments and cross-border transactions is immense. Ripple has spent years working to establish XRP as a viable alternative to traditional banking rails. Their efforts have included partnerships with financial institutions and continuous technological advancements. But without clear regulatory recognition, its potential was always limited. The lack of a clear legal framework has been a significant barrier to wider adoption. However, with Congress potentially giving the green light to interoperability for assets like XRP, the landscape could change dramatically. This would not only benefit Ripple, but also the broader financial ecosystem. The floodgates for institutional adoption could open wide. This could lead to a new era of financial innovation and inclusion, with XRP at the forefront of this transformation. Now, this is where things get even more interesting. There are increasing rumors about behind-the-scenes meetings between Ripple executives and Congress members. These rumors suggest that Ripple may have had a significant role in shaping this bill, or at the very least been heavily consulted during its drafting process. Why does this matter? Well, if Ripple has been directly involved in the discussions around digital asset regulation, That would align Ripple's interests with those of the lawmakers who are deciding how digital assets will be regulated in the future. But here's where the real potential for XRP lies. If this bill passes and XRP is officially recognized as a key asset in the world of interoperable digital assets, Ripple could see massive institutional adoption. The new regulations would make it easier for companies, banks, and governments to integrate XRP into their payment systems without worrying about running afoul of regulators. That's a huge deal. Think about it. If XRP is officially recognized as a legitimate digital asset for payments, it could become the backbone of a new financial system. And that's not all. As soon as XRP is recognized as a regulatory compliant asset, we could see major financial institutions start to accumulate XRP on a massive scale. The banks that have already expressed interest in Ripple's technology, like Santander and PNC, could move to ramp up their use of XRP in day-to-day operations. And as more institutions adopt XRP, its value could soar. The big question everyone's asking is, could XRP really hit $1,000? With the right regulatory clarity, massive institutional adoption, and widespread use in cross-border payments, it's not out of the question. If you think about it, XRP already has a network in place that's capable of handling trillions of dollars in cross-border payments each year. If more governments, financial institutions, and corporations start using XRP in the future, the demand for the asset could skyrocket. This could send the price of XRP to levels many never thought possible. It's crucial to note that if XRP were to rise to $1,000, it would imply a market cap of around $27.5 trillion, higher than gold itself. This would be an extraordinary feat for any asset, but especially one that has been fighting for legal clarity for so long. The market cap could eventually grow into a behemoth, but it would depend on a massive increase in demand for XRP driven by its adoption by the world's largest financial institutions. We also have to remember that while this bill offers immense potential for Ripple and XRP, there is still a lot to be done. The legislative process is complex and often unpredictable. The Loomis Gillibrand crypto bill is still making its way through Congress, and it could face delays or modifications before it becomes law. Lawmakers will scrutinize every detail. The market is still volatile with prices fluctuating daily. And while the potential for XRP is there, investors need to stay informed and vigilant. It's important to proceed with caution, understanding both the opportunities and the risks involved. But one thing is clear: if this bill passes and XRP is recognized as a key